You're gonna have to excuse me for my language, guys, but I think I f***ed up. Whoa! Hey! You're good.
I didn't know we were taught. Sorry about that.
You're good. Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. We're doing something a little bit different. Usually on this channel I tell Porsche stories or stories about Porsche ownership. Recently we had this beautiful trip out in Europe, part of the Sick Alps rally. Go check out those interviews, cards up below. But in this video, well, it's kind of a humble pie moment. I'm in a little bit of hot water. I've had a Project Safari car for the last year, and I think we'll kind of tell the story once it's done, but for now let's just focus in on like this last attempt, I'll say, at driving the car. I will preface that saying this is my second manual car I've ever owned. I owned a manual back in high school for a brief period of time, and then I got rid of that car because it was way too loud. I wasn't a car guy back then. I bought a slammed Forester. Ironic. I don't really know how to drive, to be honest, a manual properly. And I'm kind of learning with this car. It's a lot of, like, reason why I say humble pie is because there's, you know, all these YouTubers that want to uphold a certain image, right? And they didn't grow up as car people. I didn't grow up as a car person. I kind of came into it after the community, and I found a love for the people, and then I don't know what it was. It just bit me like a bat out of hell, but it just hit me that I had to have these cars, right? You know, admittedly, I'm not the most experienced when it comes to driving. And on this last attempt, well, we thought we had it right. The car's beautiful, suspension's done, wheels are on, tires are there, it's ready to rally, right? So what went wrong? We have been working and chasing bugs in this car for a long time. With the engine, it was an oil leak. What started as an oil leak turned into, you know, the engine swap done because it's a 76 body with an 84 engine, and they installed it improperly, used a bunch of parts that they shouldn't have used, and we started chasing these gremlins after gremlins. I mean, we pulled out the alternator, and the alternator was burnt. It was just black, meaning that the engine was getting so hot that that thing was practically catching on fire. I got the final call from PMB Performance that, Tanner, your car's ready, come pick it up. And I arrive at PMB Performance, I see the car out front, it's beautiful, it's just such a gorgeous color. I got to driving it for a bit. We were actually going to go to an Aircooled bash, a local little Aircooled party with Eric and Ian. I had it in third gear on the highway, and I was like, my foot was on the floor, and the revs were stuck, you know? And at that moment, I knew, all right, something's weird. So I kind of like took it out of gear and lying on the highway and tried to put it back into third. And I was like, that's weird. Okay, it's all right. Well, we'll just downshift to second because I know second gear's fine. And anyway, we pull off the highway, we make a left. It's starting to feel weird. My clutch is starting to feel a little sticky, like it wants to stay down. And little did I know, we hit the next stoplight. I put it in first, and the clutch just sinks the floor. And it's at that time that I was laughing. You know, what can you do, right? I was like, well, been here before. Guys, welcome to a new episode of I Freaking Can't Drive Home in this freaking car. Boy, am I excited to show you this episode today, guys. Cameo with Brandon Harton. Yeah. Are you using paracord to try and tow this shit? Just hear me out. Hey.
I don't see any other better ideas coming out of here.
Get a tow truck. It's $25.
You don't need to get a tow truck. There you go. It's really good.
Yeah, that doesn't make me feel any better still.
Just wait. just wait. This is it.
If it snaps, are you willing to cover it?
No. Why the f would I do that?
not coming out, dude. Here's the thing. If it comes out, it just detaches from your car. My truck is the only thing that's attached.
Sponsored by Redline and Pelican parts for a good reason. Homie, are we ready for this?
No.
All right. I love this car. I love this car. I love this car. What do I even do at this point?
Dude, I wish I had my camera right now. This would be fantastic.
Do you want to take the camera?
What are you a professional?
Oh no! Look at me! Look at me! Do you have to ask that question?
Care to break?
I'm braking.
Alright, we're gonna fucking go for it.
Alright.
Hope that Safari suspension does well.
Oh, it does good. Yeah, the suspension's fantastic.
That's dope.
This is great, dude. I hope somebody like takes a picture and then posts it on the forums and be like, who the fucking hell is this idiot?
Hell yeah.
That's what you get for doing a Safari 911.
Exactly. They're gonna be like, oh, you piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
Dude, I almost brought my walkies.
Dude, we should have done walkies. Why are we not forward? Why don't we plan this, Brandon? You know I'm going to take out the car. You have to know I'm going to break it.
Have you told your wife yet?
She probably knows at this point. I called her twice and then haven't picked up to her return calls. She knows at this point. All right, go slow, because if you have to brake, I have to brake.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have no distance for you. Like, I'm braking hard right now to stop rolling into your car. I'm riding my brakes.
You're stopping my truck.
Yeah, it will slow the freak down.
I'm waiting, dude.
Go like 10 miles an hour.
You're gonna push it.
Like,
Fucking balls no matter what.
bro, I'm riding my brakes hard right now. It's all right. Whoa, hey, you're good.
I didn't know we were taught. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Okay, braking.
Brake.
You can also look at the lights on my truck.
Oh shit, is that what they do? No way. No, dude, you don't understand. I have no reaction time. Like, if I don't, like, if I'm not preactive on these brakes, like, there is no time for me to react.
Dude, you're going under my truck before you're hitting my truck.
That's also what I'm worried about. Hard pass, everything.
We'll be there in 1 minute.
Slowly. Okay, all right. Until you're part of the turbo team, walk slowly.
Oh my gosh.
Look,
braking,
PMB.
braking.
All right, slowly braking.
Oh, okay, now it's great.
Okay, we got to go in there though. So like,
I know. I gotta take a right.
yeah, I know. Gosh.
Why?
Fuck it, I'm on the brakes hard, by the way. All right. Here we go. All right. The line's not taut. Stop. Slow. Slow. The line's not taut. So slowly. It's loose. All right. We're good. I was going to give her gas, but I have nothing to give you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say let's just pull her up to the side, maybe. Yeah, this is honestly fine. We'll just pull her up to the side. That was the most stressful ride I've ever done in my life.
This is as close as I'll ever get to being able to drive a Porsche or own a Porsche. I'll just be able to sit inside of Tanner's nice Porsche and just sulk. because I've got a family. You better not.
How does it feel in there? Huh?
Feels poor.
Feels poor, huh?
Feel real poor right now.
Real poor in there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Eric Shea with P&B Performance, and here's what happened that day. We give Tanner his car back, and of course, he's a student driver, so he totally fucked up his clutch. Okay, you want the real story? Okay, I'm Eric Shea with P&B Performance. We're going to talk about what happened with Tanner's little Safari here. I think these cars kind of have a way of doing this to you. They have a way of talking to you, and that's kind of a good car, I think. But I think he might have got maybe 7 miles on it before this little thing happened. So this is the throw-out bearing, and it got thrown out, basically. It's now a thrown-out bearing, so all these parts get thrown out. So this little spring clip came loose. This thing got kind of warped from the heat. You can see all the heat. Anyway, bad throw-out bearing. So poor Tanner made it about maybe 5 miles before this thing went out on him. And so it's new socks, sport clutch time. And again, I kind of have this theory that the good ones will talk to you and they'll let you know that they're not really ready to go yet. So he took it out a few miles. This happened. So we're going to get him all set up with a new throw-out bearing. One of the reasons I think it was kind of talking to us is the clutch. And we noticed some issues with the flywheel, but we're basically down to the rivets here. So it was time. It was definitely time. So engine's out, trans is out. We're going to have to probably replace the fork, which is probably one of the reasons this went out. The fork was kind of flattened a bit. Throw-out bearings toast. Whole new socks, sport clutch disc coming for the old Safari build, and away we go.
So, you know, I will say I probably didn't drive the car the best it should have been driven, but it's good to know that it wasn't all my fault. You know, it's one thing where it's like, okay, this is just a mechanical problem. We fix some gears and then it's good to go. And then it's another where it's like it's inexperience and you're going to have to suffer more until you can finally drive this car perfectly. I was really scared about like, what am I doing wrong? Because I don't know. And it's hard, I feel like, to critique somebody who's driving a manual because you don't know what they're feeling. You don't know what it feels like, right? If you're new to driving, specifically, not just manual, but like driving a vintage 911, when you're new to manual and new to these cars, you don't know what feels right or what feels wrong, you know? It all feels raw. But I will say, when Eric talks about the car will talk to you, he kind of was like, oh yeah, your car will tell you when it's got a tummy ache and that stuff. It's true. I could even tell things were going wrong on the highway. I could even tell, okay, that's not normal, that's not right. And it's at that moment I probably should have stopped. But I thought, it'll fix itself, you know? This car's fixed itself before. This has not diminished an ounce of love I have for that car. And I think most YouTubers, when they get a car they've wanted, and I'm not going to throw shade or whatever, but there's a particular one who bought the car that I dreamed about, didn't really enjoy driving it, and so just sold it. I'm not going to say I bought this car to suffer, but I bought this car because I love this car. The body shape, the lines, everything about it is just... I love that it's taught me patience. I love that above any other car, any other vehicle, any other possession I have, it's taught me persistence and patience. That if I truly want something, I'm going to have to work for it. This isn't necessarily as much as a gift as it is a lesson. But if nothing more, if this car burns and ends up in a pile of ash, it's not about the money. Like, what it's about is about going to my grave, at least, doing what I loved. And doing something that I love, that's hard. That's uncomfortable. That's awkward, right? You know, it's putting me out of my comfort zone. It's not just that, but putting me out of my comfort zone and then giving me a reward of such a a beautiful thing, right? This car in the mountains of Utah, in the deserts, in the plains, and the wherever, usually where people aren't taking these cars. There's a reward with that, and that reward is to see the beauty of Earth through a vehicle, that is capable, but definitely not intended to be there, I think. It's kind of like nowadays where people are generating images with AI. They think of, I want to see this, and they'll put a prompt in AI, and AI will generate that. Well, think about that, and think about actually doing something. People will put in AI prompts to create a car in the middle of the desert that's rallying. Well, that's cool. The image is cool. But imagine actually seeing that with your eyes. It's like seeing a photo of the Grand Canyon and actually going to the Grand Canyon. It's different. It's texture, it's feel, it's grit. It's like memory. It's imprinted in your brain like dust on a shelf. That's why I bought this car. I can't wait to take my kids for a ride. And not just show them something that Dad's passionate about, but show them something that's not just before their time, but before my time. Something that kids their age or people further on in the generation won't be able to experience anymore. Because whether the electrification of cars, blah, or whether it's, the lost art of driving, or maybe even the lost dirt roads. There's no more dirt roads in the future. Who knows? But it's something I think about constantly. Is I'll never be able to really share this experience through imagery, but I can share it right now and make it a tangible thing and an imprint on the mind, not just of me, but of anyone I share this with. And to that I say, this car's going to be great. This car's going to be amazing. It's going to be the most memorable safari car in the world. And I guarantee that. There's a lot of cool cars out there, but this one is going to be the last of them. And I freaking promise you, I won't stop driving it until I or that car ends up in a ball of fire. Which, God forbid, happens, but the way I drive things might. So, anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate your viewership on the channel. If you're still here, go check out Outlaw gear. Link in the description down below. Also, big shout out to PMB Performance, who is helping me build this car. They're doing a wonderful job. The engine was amazing. No engine problems, which is a blessing for this car. If you guys know previously, oh boy, this engine's been freaking trouble. So, big shout out to the guys at PMB Performance. And last but not least, definitely not least, Pelican Parts. Pelican Parts has everything you need to modify, restore, or just upkeep your European car. Whether it's vintage or modern, they've got it, and they'll help you out. So big shout out to Pelican Parts. Couldn't do it without my partners. And I know my partners are eager to get this car on the road, as am I. So thank you for your patience. Very excited to officially announce the car later down the road, I guess. We'll wait probably a couple weeks before that. But in the meantime, hopefully you enjoy this process, this documentation, this journal entry, and at the very least, had some fun watching me suffer. Anyway, guys, take care. I'll see you in the next episode. Anyway, I'll see you guys. Anyway, for those of you still sticking around, the next episode is Safari Party, which I'm very, very excited about. And after that, we'll probably get back to our interviews from Europe on Sick Alps 2. So stay tuned for that. I know I've been waiting to kind of get to those videos. I've just been so burdened with work that I haven't had the time to really give them the thought they deserve. So those are coming. More interviews are coming. More stories to tell. And more car action. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. It's kind of it is what it is situation, So Unfortunately, she stays at PMB. We might have to shoot Safari Party without her, but hey, she'll be fun one day. I was gonna have like a dramatic ending where I enter the car and turn off the camera and then be epic.
You told me to.
Yeah, I know.